What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Martin, and today I am taking a look at this, a 428i BMW 4 Series Coupe. So this has had a little tune, an M Performance exhaust, and another exhaust upgrade, which I'm all going to show you, and we're going to test it on the Autobahn, do like 0 to 100, 100 to 200, stuff like that, and see how fast it'll go, of course. So the first thing I really like seeing are those Michelin Pilot Sport 5 tires. 225 section, 18 inch on the front wheels. And even though this is an older generation 4 Series, you really upgrade the driving experience with a modern tire. Don't underestimate the effect of a good tire. So the F Series 4 Series Coupe, I think it's quite a handsome car. We own an F32 M4 and I really appreciate the look of the car. I think it's one of the nicer generations from a design perspective. Not really from a quality perspective, because, you know, the F Series build quality compared to G Series, that's quite a big difference actually. So you also hear this from the BMW specialists we go to, like F Series, not the greatest cars when it comes to build quality. I used to own two F20s, an M135i, M140i, and of course we've also owned an F11 5 Series 535D. They're all a bit rattly and a bit clunky after 150,000 kilometers. This is on about that, so we're going to test how that works out. And if you should get one, should you get one of these 428i's? Of course, they're a lot cheaper than the 430i's, the successor to this. And these engines do have a bit of a reputation, so we're just going to find out how it feels and how it runs. So in the rear we have that M Performance exhaust. I was honestly amazed by the fact that you could get an M Performance, well, it's actually a rear silencer for a 28i. There we go. And there we have the upgrade I was talking about, an extra valve that we can open so it doesn't even use that rear silencer. Let's check out the engine. I'm just going to be completely transparent and honest. This is my first drive with this car. We haven't done any other videos, so we're going to do everything into one video. This is it, the N20 engine, 2-liter turbocharged. Stock, it has 245 horsepower, 350 newton meters, 0 to 100, 5.8 seconds. So that's actually pretty quick, and 250 kilometers an hour. Now this has had an XHP transmission software tune and of course a stage 1 engine tune. So we now have 295 horsepower and 450 newton meters. So that's 100 newton meters extra. Now Gijsbert, the BMW specialist I always go to, I talked to a mechanic and I asked him, like, okay, what is the worst engine that you can get for a F Series? And he said, well, the N20 definitely is one of the worst engines, but you know, we're just going to feel what it's like. And of course you could also go for a 430i. You have a bit more power, I think 265, and then you have a B series engine, so that's the B48, the modular engine engine that resembles a B58 6-cylinder, only it's a 4-cylinder. So let's find out how fast it actually is using Draggy. If you don't have Draggy, there is a new generation now, the DRG 70C. You can get them from our store, and with code 428i you get a €10 discount. It's not a lot, it's something to reward you for watching this video. Thank you guys. Let's go. And we don't have flappy pedals, so I think that means this is the normal transmission, as BMW calls it, and you could get like an optional sport transmission with paddle shifters, but this has had an XHP flash, so it's super sharp and snappy. I was actually really surprised by that. It really benefits the driving experience. And see, that's really snappy and happy, that gearbox. I really do like that. So let's get a bit of heat in those Michelins. So after 6,000 RPM, it's sort of done, the engine. It is really happy to like perform. It's a nice and smooth and powerful engine. I really like that. So let's see what it will do 0 to 100. We do have launch control. I think it's because of the XHP flash that we do have launch control. I think normally you don't have launch control if you don't have the sport transmission, but let's find out what it will do. All good to go. That's a 584. That's a bit weird, since it should have 50 horsepower extra. We should be able to beat the factory claim, right? But we've had that with launch control functions and features before, that combined with tuning, it's not really working. Let's just give it one more try, otherwise we're just going to get going. Hopping its wheel. 5.6. So not really convincing compared to stock, but you know, I don't really care about 0 to 100. I care about this stuff. Cornering, how does it feel? How does the drivetrain feel? Well, the drivetrain really punchy and snappy. We don't have flappy pedals, so I have to act like I'm some sort of a rally driver with a sequential gearbox, but you know, I like that. Little whistle from the engine. Hope that's supposed to be the case. But wow, honestly, I'm pretty impressed with this. You can definitely tell the car is tuned, because the moment you hit the throttle, it starts generating torque, and it has quite an aggressive throttle mapping. But it's actually a really nice car to drive. What happened here? Are they looking for me, or? Wow, you can definitely hear that turbocharger. Let's stick it back into auto mode and see what it will do on the Autobahn. We have a bit of a gap behind us, so okay, here we go. Let's see what the gearbox will do if we hit full throttle. Very convincing downshift. I think it should upshift. I'm going to intervene here. So as you can see, the performance gauges have been updated, and that's a 16.47. that to me seems pretty decent. Now let's see what it will do with a bit of a stretch of tarmac. That's 250. You do notice it's a 4-cylinder car in quite a, it's a 4-cylinder engine in quite a heavy car. It's not really all that happy to do high speeds, like after 200. Yeah, the engine is really struggling to get that convincing performance. That's where you really benefit from having a 6-cylinder instead of a 4-cylinder in most cases. But maybe we should just get the secret exhaust remote and open up the exhaust valve. So A is open, I guess. Oh yes. So at low speeds it's super droney, this thing. It's, you know, just a cutout exhaust. It's not the most advanced thing of engineering, but you do get a bit more of a throaty sound, a full-bodied sound, and once you get going it's actually quite good. It's pretty fun. I'm not sure it's really suiting the car, but you know, the owner Dan is quite a young guy, and I do get that he enjoys this. I would advise him to take off this fake carbon fiber AliExpress piece right there. Not really all that nice. It's pretty cheap looking, and especially because BMW offers this as an accessory, so you know, if you know what the real thing looks like, this is a bit of a letdown. But that's just Grandpa talking. Okay, let's open up the window. Let's see what it sounds like in second gear. That upshift is actually quite a lot of fun. It's a bit of a mini JCW sound. You have that brop on the upshift. That's because of the transmission tune. It is actually quite a lot of fun, I have to admit. I actually like the car more than I expected it to, so it's definitely a good car, definitely. It's pretty nice and happy to perform. Well, I'm now going full throttle all the time, and I'm constantly asking it to perform at 100%, but if you just stick it into drive and drive like 70–80%, this is such a nice drivetrain, really. Especially with that stage 1, because you have like instant torque nearly all the time if you drive like that. Bit of a headwind. I do do think the suspension, it's not M Sport suspension, it's quite floppy and a bit insecure. But those Michelins make up for a lot. They are so good. So Dan, thank you a lot for letting me test drive your car. I think you've done a good job, really, honestly. I thought it wouldn't be for me, this car, but again, POV decided to turn off because of the heat, so I'm talking to you. Hi guys, there I am. Thanks Dan for letting me test drive your car. Thanks to you guys for watching this video. Go check out this POV review, go check out this POV reviews playlist, or subscribe by hitting the big button right there. Thank you guys, bye.